the best players in the NBA ever were all black players, right? All of them, which is, that's the sport that, a lot of black people are really good at it. Okay. Now you got Jokic and you got Luka coming into the league now. Okay. I would think, for me, if I was around a bunch of guys who we've dominated this sport for how many years, we're top athletes in our sport, and we see people like Kyrie, and we see people like Harden, and we see people like Embiid, and we're like, listen, guys, what's going on here, bro? We got two guys, wherever they're from, guys, killing us right now, killing us. And what's going on? So there's got to be some kind of pride to these players that carried this game for so long, to have these two guys in the league right now that are saying, this isn't your game anymore. This is our game now. This is a European game now. This is a tough man's game where flash means nothing. It's like, you know what? Jokic, I'm 7 feet tall, but you know what? I'll dribble past you like I'm Allen Iverson. I'm a 6-foot point guard. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm Luka. I'm going to dribble up, but you know what, though? I'm going to step back like Jordan used to do and drain a 90-foot three, just because I know exactly where I am at the court at all times. So I don't know if, something's, these guys are playing so good, man. And look at Porzingis. Look, Porzingis isn't those two, but I'm a Celtics fan, dude. The guy's averaging 20 points and 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And he's playing 31 minutes. This is not the guy that was drafted by the Knicks.
You got a couple of guys. You got Nurkic too with the Suns. I think he's on now. So yeah, and you got Danny Agvia on Washington from Israel. So yeah, it is a world game now, Rich. You got to admit it's a world game now, basketball, right? Yeah,
it is, and it's getting more exciting too. I got to say, it is getting more exciting because the whole play-in thing for me, that loses me, man. You just have your game, put your game out there, and make it your game. It's a pure game. You don't got to add no pomp and circumstances to it. You got LeBron James in the league who's selling millions of jerseys and tickets. You got all these players. What do you need more for? What do you need another jersey for? What do you need to give LeBron a championship for in a play-in tournament? Well, look at the NBA regular season. It's 82 games.
Yeah,
it's it.
Look at the Miami Heat last year, Rich. They played in the play-in tournament, and what did they do? They went to the NBA Finals against Denver. Of course, we know what happened in that. But yeah, the playoff game, extra playoffs, more money, more revenue, and stuff. It makes it like 11 teams in each conference make the playoffs, I guess. My Nets aren't going to make the playoffs. They lost to Memphis. They lost to Detroit this week. After looking pretty good against Atlanta, they won 2 games. But look at Ben Simmons, Rich. Ben Simmons is done for the season, right? The guy played 59 games in his Nets career. His career is probably over with the Nets, but 59 games in 3 seasons, it's ridiculous. It doesn't, and you know how much money he made per game with his contract? I mean, it's crazy. And even this year, he was only playing like 18 minutes a game. It was ridiculous. Every night he got hurt.
Now, you're an NBA basketball player. You do it for your career. Are you faking injury? Probably not. But it just means maybe that you're not practicing hard enough. Maybe you're not maybe you're not doing the right stuff to keep your body, tone, shape. I don't know. Maybe you're doing something lazy stuff on your own, or maybe you're just accident prone. Remember Greg Ogden? Greg Ogden. Odin.
Yeah.
Odin. Remember him? The guy was coming out of the league like he was going to be the greatest thing since Michael Jordan. He goes to Portland, I think, blows out his knee and he's done. It's hard, man. Some of these guys, they're so big. You know what I mean? They're so big and they're so powerful, maybe to a fault. You know what I mean? Because how you carrying around like 6'8" of a frame? That's got to be a lot of weight to carry around, man, and run around like these guys do.
Yeah, how about Shaq? He carried around a lot on that frame, right?
Yeah, but he did it at a high level for 20 years, dude. So what's you know what? Now you're going off on a tangent again. What's the difference? These guys were tougher.
Yep.
Shaq's not sitting down. You know what I mean? He's not sitting down in the middle of the season.
Rich, these guys are playing 42 minutes back-to-back games, basically. You're gonna
tell me that Shaquille O'Neal is gonna go up and tell the coach that he's tired, he needs to sit down for a couple of minutes. Oh, you know what, coach? I've scored too many points. I need to sit down for a little while. You know what? I got the sniffles. I can't play against.
Coaches don't run it anymore. That's the problem. It's the analytics department that runs these teams now. It's crazy.
Yeah, Yeah, and yeah, we see how analytics worked or didn't work for the Detroit Lions this year. But
we see it. You see it everything with analytics. It doesn't work, because it takes away the skill of the game. The analytics.
that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about with my baseball team this year, man. I'm worried about this guy coming from your organization and ruining it with the that, because he's going to. That's the school he comes from. He comes from the analytics school, and that's what's going to happen.
That's the thing, and I saw the Yankees hired Joe Girardi to be in the Yes booth. So one only wonders if Joe Girardi will come back if Aaron Boone gets off to a bad start. So it seems like Girardi's like waiting in the wings.
Joe Girardi's going to murder the Yankees if he's the announcer. Not in a nice way, I think, but he's going to murder the Yankees.
And
I think so.
You know what though? I think George wouldn't like that, but I think it's a different Yankees team now where, you know what? Maybe he scrutinizes Cashman, Girardi, I mean, Yes is paying him to be in the booth. So, like Michael Kay is so Yankee, he'll not say nothing bad about the Yankees, Michael Kay, That's what you do. You need somebody in the booth to give the truth of how the game's going. Hey,
not for nothing. I know I use them as an example all the time, but that's why Keith and Ron Darling are the best. It's because they are very, very critical and very outspoken when they see something that they don't like.
Well, that's the thing. And for years, when George was there, you couldn't really say anything bad about the Yankees. Don Mattingly can go 0 for 5 one day. He can go 0 for 20 or something like that. Oh, he's great. He's great. But that was the way back then. So, maybe Girardi will come in and maybe he'll be a ratings booster with Girardi in the booth, Rich.
Yeah, maybe. I think Girardi got the shaft, though. I think. I mean, he's good. Girardi was a good coach, dude. I didn't see anything wrong with him. He was a good coach.
He got the shaft in Philadelphia too, Rich.
He did. But you know why though? Because he's the old school mentality. Don't tell me what to do.
Hey, he's honest. That's the problem. Yeah. They don't want that anymore.
He don't want to be told. He doesn't want to be told by some pencil pushing geek that so and so can't play because it's Thursday night and it was a cloudy day. But the nighttime is nice, but he usually doesn't do good when it's cloudy in the afternoon. He doesn't want to hear
he's
that.
Undefeated in domes. He's got a 1-0 record in his career in domes. All of a sudden, he's like the best pitcher in the dome, right? One game he pitched in the dome, and he pitched a 2-hit shutout. And all of a sudden, he's the guy that pitches indoors now forever. But I don't know.
The Mets are going to be playing Game 7 of the World Series, and there was going to be a lunar eclipse the night before. So therefore, Edwin Diaz can't close out the game.
Actually,
statistically, when there's a lunar eclipse, he loses.
Actually, you spoke about the eclipse, Rich. It's really cool. The eclipse is going to come from, I guess it can come from Buffalo right down the Great Lake area. So the Cleveland Guardians opening day, the fans that are in the stands are going to actually see that eclipse. That's pretty cool.
It is kind of cool, actually, the way the path that it's taking and the people that are going to actually see it. And all these conspiracy theorists are going back to an old United States map. What they want the United States to look like, and it's the direct path of the eclipse that's coming through, with New York seceding this way and California go. Oh, come on, guys!
All right, these are the tinfoil hat people, right?
Yeah, flat Earth people.
Flat Earth people, exactly. And nobody's been on the moon.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, exactly. I can't talk about that. Whatchamacallit. But so the eclipse is going to go right through Cleveland, and I think the game starts like 5:00 that day. But they're letting fans in early, so they have to. So that's pretty cool. I would definitely like to do that. That's pretty neat. But actually, it's not going to come through here. I think if you're in Plattsburgh, it's going to come through. West. Yeah, north of us and to the west, basically. But that's pretty cool. I think it's going to be another 400 years to see another one. So somebody else will be doing this podcast in 400 years, Rich. We'll pass the baton down to them. But I see these people watching these spring training games, and I watched a spring training game. And I had a picture of me watching 2 games the other week because I wanted to see Marcus Stroman on one screen and I wanted to see Juan Soto on the other screen. So that's why I was watching the 2 games at once. But Juan Soto, hitting home runs. He's batting 400. He batted 500 last year in spring training. I mean, spring training is nothing, Rich. It means nothing to me.
You know what spring training does? It's like preseason football. There's only one good thing, and you'll probably attest to this, exactly what I'm going to say. The only real good thing about spring training baseball is if we both follow our teams very closely, right? Like, let's just say, for instance, a couple of years ago, this guy Pete Alonso is coming up. Holy shit, Pete Alonso is hitting bombs down. I want to see what this kid looks like in spring training. or, whoever, like, you want to see Volpe from last year. Like the guys that are in the know with their teams, you're not going to sit there and watch 9 innings, but you're going to sit there if you want to see what you want to see, the direction of your team is going the way. So I agree. Spring training baseball, if you're going crazy and crying about your team sucking right now, or this guy's not hitting home runs or not hitting, Lindor's batting 167 right now. Take it easy. Lindor's not going to bat 167. So let's take it easy with the spring training and let's go into it and let's have. I'm trying to go into baseball season this year with a little bit of a positive, because last year I was going into the season with this team is set. Look at our pitching, Scherzer, Verlander. Look at this. I'm trying to live in the mind of David Stern right now. I'm just trying, because I know a lot of people don't get it right now, but I'm trying to get it because I guess I have to. But I see what he's trying to do. But if if Pete Alonso is not in those cards, that's going to make me really mad. But I do see what he's trying to do. I really do. I mean, he's got a young team, and the only thing there's one thing. If you're a Mets fan, right? What are you going to do about this situation? Okay, listen to this situation I'm going to hand you right now. You're a Mets fan, all right?
Yep.
And you're handed this situation. Senga, Severino, Katana, McGill, Peterson on the 60-day DL is being replaced by Sean Manaea. That's a problem. Okay. Kodai Senga, he's good. I mean, he came close to winning a Cy Young, but the Mets lineup could do well this year. You never know. But that pitching staff is abysmal. It's disgusting. And there's nobody in that rotation right there that I could say, hey, listen, you never know. Maybe Severino will have another go at it. Maybe he's mad at the Yankees. No, he's going to be Severino. He might pitch 2 good games this year, and the rest are going to be blowouts. The rest of the bullpen is going to be coming in the 4th inning. So the Severino thing, people are like, let's give him a chance. Whatever. No, he's going to pitch. He might even pitch. He might even pitch the second no-hitter in Mets history. But that'll be about it. You know what I mean? Like, what about a guy like him? Senga. That's what I'm saying. The pitching staff is in trouble right now.
Rich,
and
you got 2 guys out there. You got Blake Snell and you got Jordan Montgomery. I mean, why aren't these guys getting signed? I mean, I think the whole premise was if an ace went down like Senga, somebody would swoop in and sign one of these guys. I mean, it's going to be a little too late now. It's March 8th. I mean, the season starts in 2 weeks. There's no way these guys are going to get ready before May 1st now. That's
because Scott Boras needs to go. I'm sorry. I look, again, it's a capitalist world right now. Everybody wants the most money, but you're doing it at a detriment to your players. You're doing it at a detriment to the league. There's players right now that are not playing because their agent told them to hold out.
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees apparently offered Snell $150 million for 6 years. He's going to lose money, this guy. I mean, he's not going to get a contract like that right now.
I don't like personally. I'd rather have Jordan Montgomery, to be honest with you. I know I might sound crazy because hey, he's a 2-time Cy Young Award winner. Guys have pitched past 5 innings, and the Mets bullpen is not going to get those wins for Blake Snell. They're just not.
Right.
Blake Snell could pitch a gem going into the 5th inning, then you're going to hand it over to Mo, Larry, and Curley until we get to Edwin Diaz. You know what I mean? And Edwin Diaz won't come in because Mo, Larry, and Curley just let up 5 runs in 4 innings. So it's not going to work, man. It's just not. The pitching is not there. And Pete Alonso is he's going to want a contract next year. He's playing for a contract this year. Okay. I see Pete Alonso playing very well this year. He's going to hit a lot of, I'm telling you right now, he's going to lead the league in doubles, I think. And he might hit 50. He's going to hit 55 home runs. And he bat maybe 260. Okay. And but that's not going to mean anything when you're pitching to 8 runs, 9 runs. And, you can't hit, 3 grand slams in a game. Like Francisco Alvarez can't go up there and hit a grand slam every time he's up. You know what I mean? And it's a problem. And that's why I'm trying to come to the realization that it's going to be a hard season. It really is. This is why you expect the worst. And if they have a good season, maybe I get a little excited. But the Mets are going nowhere fast. And I'm going to have to go into the whole thinking of Stearns knows what he's doing. And he's getting the right guys. And they're young. And let's go at it. I'm a Met fan. I'm used to being shit on. You know what I mean? Used to being shit on.
So here's a scenario though, Rich. Say like it's July 28th. The Mets are 10 games out of first. What do you think the Mets do? Do they trade Alonso, get some young players back, and then go out and sign Alonso in the offseason, bring him back? That's a good option too, right? Would Stearns do that?
If Alonso gets a little taste of hitting, I'm not saying he's going to go to the Yankees, but let's just say Alonso gets a little taste of hitting behind Aaron Judge. I mean, you think he's going to want to leave a lineup because he's going to go somewhere where he's going to be a big part of an offense. You know what I mean? But could you imagine Pete Alonso in a lineup like the Atlanta Braves or the Dodgers? I'm not saying those, but those type of lineups, he will be unstoppable. If you have to pitch around Aaron Judge and Juan Soto and you're pitching to Pete Alonso's getting straight up fastballs and hitting 70 home runs. So he says he's going to be loyal. He says he loves the Mets. He says it's okay that he's now doesn't have a contract. He's going to take care of it when he takes care of it. I have to believe him because I don't think Alonso is one of those guys that doesn't have a bad bone in his body. I think he's just one of those guys that everybody loves. He's fun at parties. He'll never screw you over, and he's the man of his word. But he has Boris as his guy. So I don't see Pete Alonso leaving. It's going to be like the Aaron Judge thing for Met fans next year. That's what I think it's going to be. And is he going to get a lot of money? He's going to get $300 million. And I think that $300 million contract has to come with Steve Cohen saying, "Listen, Pete, we are going to try really hard to get Juan Soto. So whatever teams offer him, we're going to offer him $100 million more. We're going to try really hard. I promise you that." And that has to be a promise to Pete Alonso. Or, believe it or not, I'm going to say something really crazy, but make a run at Mike Trout. Mike Trout's unhappy right now. Mike Trout's like, what the hell? Mike Trout's been injured the last couple of years. He's missed about 40, 50 games. But you know what, though? When he comes back, he makes up those 40, 50 games in 2 weeks. He'll hit 50, he'll hit like 5 home runs in like 2 games.
Got like 400, yeah.
Make a run and make a splash at some of these guys and make Pete Alonso happy because, again, you pick somebody up that's better than him. Listen, Juan Soto's a good hitter. He's a little suspect in the field. He's not like I said, but he's making Aaron Judge an MVP again next year.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. That's what Juan Soto's doing next year.
I mean, look
at we have nobody like that for Pete Alonso.
But look at last year with the Yankees, Rich. Judge got hurt. He hurt his toe. And what happened? There was an offensive the offense never showed up, basically. They brought in these like little lefty hitters, these cute guys, Calhoun, McKinney. These guys are great. They can hit left-handed, but they're just going to spray the ball around. They're not the power hitter. You got Verdugo in the lineup now. You got Grisham. You got Soto. You finally got that balanced lineup with the Yankees. The Yankees haven't had that balanced lineup since 2009, the last time they won the World Series. And the only 2 natural right-handers that year were Jeter and A-Rod. Everyone else was either a switch hitter or a lefty. So I think the Yankees finally woke up and said, hey, you know what? We need left-handed hitting in the Bronx. Maybe Soto has a great year. He loves the Bronx. Maybe he accepts the Steinbrenner's cash, whatever, Cashman's money, whatever, Steinbrenner. But yeah, if he goes to the Mets after 1 year, it's definitely a loss of a trade for the Yankees because they traded so much talent away. And we saw the talent that the Washington Nationals got for Soto. And a lot of these guys are like in the major leagues right now from this trade, including this guy, James Wood. I know Luke Voigt, I was going to say he's with the Mets now, but he was in that trade too. But this guy, James Wood, is batting like .467. He's like 20 years old, lefty hitter, stole a couple of bases, probably going to start the season in AAA. But I mean, the Nationals made out with a deal. The Padres will make out with the Yankee deal, and the Yankees will have nothing if they lose Soto. So I think they have to go all out and sign him next year because I just don't see him being here for 1 year, and the Yankees trading away so much talent to get him for 1 year.
I mean, I know he's cashman, he's untouchable. Does he get outright fired if Soto leaves next year?
Oh, you know what? It could be a possibility, Rich. I mean, they have to go all out. I mean, why not offer him a contract during the season? If he's hitting 40 home runs, why not approach him in August and say, hey, we want to give you a 13-year contract or something like that?
Yeah, that might be smart. But I also, he's not a Boris client, is he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. That's the thing. You got Soto with Boros. You got Alonso with Boros. Crazy.
Yeah, but that's why Alonso's not going to negotiate during the season because Boris isn't going to. He's not going to negotiate during the season. He's in Tahiti for the baseball
And
season.
I think Manfred wants to change it because I think with with the NBA, NHL, and the NFL, they have like that free agent frenzy. I mean, here we got free agents that are still big names that have, Martinez doesn't have a job yet. He's still out there.
Why is JD Martinez not batting fifth in the Mets lineup right now? I don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't know. Why
Yeah.
is Jordan Montgomery on my number 2, and why is Davis not batting? I'm sorry, JD Martinez. Why is he not batting fifth, and why is Jordan Montgomery my number 2 pitcher?
And look at Chapman. Chapman got all that money from the Giants last weekend. Another Boros client. I mean, the Yankees didn't want Chapman. Chapman was going to be Josh Donaldson 2.0. Yankees wanted no part of him or anything. So it's just crazy how these guys are still out there. And the season actually starts on the 20th in South Korea. Dodgers and Padres. I guess we'll see Yamamoto. Oh, Yamamoto got lit up the other day. Did you see that?
Lit up.
And already did. What a waste of money. But once again,
I know.
Spring training.
I know. Sky is falling. But you know what though? That over there in the Dodgers. They're under a lot of pressure, dude. Like they're under more pressure than any team in the major leagues. The Dodgers are under a lot of scrutiny this year.
Yep.
I mean, I've never seen a team built for if you don't win the World Series, everybody's fired.
Well, look, they won the World Series in '88. They won the World Series during the COVID year. You can't really call the COVID year a championship because they only played 60 games. So basically, they haven't won a World Series in 35 years. So the time is now, I guess.
No, and there's no Kirk Gibson in that lineup, dude.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Coming off the bench with like a broken hip, a broken finger. God, what memories that was, right?
Oh my God, that was amazing, amazing. And you know what? I'm looking at the Mets lineup here. Why did we sign Joey Wendell? You probably didn't even know that because that's the only reason I know that because I'm a Mets fan.
Tampa. I knew they signed him from Tampa.
Now. The only reason why I know Joey Wendell is because we play, because you see Joey Wendell and he's like this guy, like he's this gritty little guy, like he plays
scrappy guy. Yep.
Why? Because I think that was dumb. I mean, maybe it's just he was out there and somebody felt bad for him. Where's he going to play? You got Beatty and Vientos third. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Like right now, you're looking at Alonso at first, McNeil at second, Beatty at third. My boy and one of my all-time favorite athletes ever. You know that now, Francisco Lindor. Please don't go anywhere. Nimmo in left, Bader and Marte, and the future greatest catcher ever to put on shin guards, Francisco Alvarez, who is going. Dude, did you see what he did the other night?
I did see the highlight. Yeah, but
I hate when I took. I'm so happy you didn't approach that with 2 Yankee fans I had the conversation with. Well, that second throw out was a little close. Shut up.
He threw out 3 guys, right? He threw out 3 guys and hit the home run, right? Yeah. No, I mean it was great, but getting back to Joey Wendell, the Yankees can use him because Peraza's got shoulder problems now. So the Yankees have been trying to get that that utility infielder. So maybe Joey Wendell winds up in the Bronx or something like that. But the Mets were signing guys just to make us. I don't know. We got to sign somebody, right?
Yeah, we got to sign somebody. Sean Manaea is my number 5.
He shaked off all his hair. You see that?
I did see that. Yes.
Yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah.
Do you think he's Jacob deGrom now?
Yeah, right.
I hope Jacob deGrom comes out opening day and he blows out his elbow.
Well, is he? I don't think he's pitching opening. He's still hurt, right?
I think he's out for half. I think he's going to miss.
I think half the season. Yeah, and Scherzer's hurt too now, right? He's out a little bit.
Yeah,
so.
Scherzer. You know what Scherzer said the other day?
No.
You know what Scherzer said about Francisco Alvarez?
Oh, geez.
Francisco Alvarez. He said Francisco Alvarez is one of the smartest catchers he's ever thrown to.
Wow.
And he has the potential to go. He's a potential Hall of Fame catcher.
Wow.
That's what he said about Francisco Alvarez. And Max Scherzer hates everybody. But he said that he saw something in that kid that he's like, barring injury, this kid is going to be one of the greatest catchers ever.
Wow.
I mean, just because how smart and quick he is. See that first throw out? How quick that release was?
He's got a gun. Yeah.
And he worships Benito Santiago. Benito Santiago's like, that's like his guy.
Wow.
And it's like, that guy, he should throw people off from his knees.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you ever saw him play live though, right?
No, I'm saying like like you're listening to him like
in history,
right? He's a catcher. Of course, he knows the history of baseball. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
Exactly.
And if you know catchers, how do Benito Santiago rarely could hit the side of a barn, but he'll throw out 4 or 5 people per game.
crazy. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, but yeah. So getting back to the Mets, how long is Singh out for? Is he out? Is there any timeline on him or?
I think he's going to miss his first 2 starts. I think.
Okay.
That's what I think. Which whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'm saying it right now. The Mets will be lucky if they win 82 games this year. Unless they have, they're either going to win 82 games or they're going to shock the shit out of everybody and win 95 and make the playoffs. So it's not going to be like, oh, they're almost going to make it. No, they're either going to be shit or they're going to just shock the shit out of everybody and win 95 games.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yes, Las Vegas knows because they set up at 81.5 is the over-under.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good. I think I might bet that under.
Yeah. Yankees are 94. It's like that's a little under on that one too. I don't see 94 wins in their books.
It's a little high.
It is,
high
right?
for the Yankees. They're going to make the playoffs this year, but I think it's a little high.
Yep. It's that new schedule, Rich. They really don't play any Eastern Division teams in September anymore. I just don't like that schedule now they have. I mean, the Yankees, they're playing like Pittsburgh in September. I think they don't play the Rays after July. It's just I hate the schedule. It's just it's crap, the schedule, the way they would do it now.
Yeah.
And for Mets too, the Mets probably don't play National League East teams in September either. They're probably done with the East by then.
All these sports, they're all coming down, I guess, to the almighty dollar and how many eyes are going to be on the TV and stuff like that. I don't know. But you know what, though? Baseball season is here, and it is our favorite time of the year.
Oh, no doubt about it. The warm weather comes, everything. Baseball brings a lot to us, a lot of happiness.
My son Aiden, you could set a watch to my son Aiden where he'll be like, Dad, I hate the Mets. They suck. This, that, and the other thing. 3 weeks before spring training starts, he's like, all right, let's go. We got this guy. We got that guy. What are we going to do? And he's pissed when they lost to the Cardinals in that first spring training game. I'm like, Aiden, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Aiden literally might be one of the biggest Met fans I know in the history of all my Met fans. He's one of the biggest Met fans I have just
Ben's got a Mets
created, I guess.
Yeah, Ben's got the Mets meme page, and him too. They lost their first spring